Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. Thank you. Now enjoy the show.
Hey, you can ring my bell anytime, anywhere. Ring it, ring it. Hey, y'all. Belle Collective. I'm about to talk about it. The finale, season 2, episode 9. Thanks for tuning in. I'm excited because I love the show. I'm just really pumped up. I was disappointed they only got 9 episodes. They better, man, listen, we need a good 15 for season 3. That's all I'm going to say. I'm all saying it already. But again, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for coming over here to RAERAEs Day. If you want to catch me on IG, you see that name right there? At All Day RAERAE. There you go. This is a little switcheroo of names, but it's still me. Belle Collective. Quite a bit was going on. I'm going to try my best now not to make this too long and bore you. But I don't think you bored when you come over here. But listen up. They say if you like the video and subscribe, make sure the bell is black. And give some comments and share it with somebody. I get a little, I get some perks, you know what I'm saying? So help a sister out. Thank you very much. Child, I always got to put my child in it, girl, with about 6 E's at the end. Let's just get started. Tambra, they start off from where they was before, child. Taisha walked in, her and her daughter. And Tambra was like, I gotta go. Tambra don't want to give Taisha no play. She don't want to give Taisha no nothing. However, what was surprising is she yells at her from the door and walks out. So if you didn't want to talk to her, what you talking to her for? You should have stayed. Better yet, come talk to me outside. All I know is it seemed like Tambra is literally running from the situation because she don't want to know. See, a lot of women don't want to know, so they do things so that they don't have to know. It's the same. I think it's like the same philosophy about when you go snooping, you going to find something. Yeah, I think it's something like that. However, something going on. That's all I know. He did say, Greedy did say that, man, that was 2014. But just a little, cheat sheet in the next, on the reunion, he mentioned wasn't nothing going on ever. We all need to just be honest with ourselves and with the ones we love. Because you may be making the ones you love look like an effing fool on the World Wide Web television. That's my opinion. You see that allegedly speaking, of course? That's what that means. Because I wasn't there. I don't know these people. I'm just commenting on what they put on TV, child. But what it looked like to me, somebody lying. At least one person is lying. At least one person in this triangle is lying. At least one. But like I said, Tambra stormed out. She don't want to give Taisha no energy, child. She just left. Ain't nobody followed her outside or nothing. But child, Akeisha came through. I'm like, I like the way Akeisha handled that. She was like, Akeisha don't want to entertain a side chick. Oops. Because that's what it looked like. That's what it looked like to her. If this man's with this woman claiming her and some other woman claiming him, but he ain't claiming her, obviously something had to have happened for her to be, for Taisha, whatever her name is, to be considered a side chick in the eyes of a friend. So, like I said, at least one person lying. Yeah, at least one person lying. I did enjoy how Aikisha just pretty much left. Like, I'm not a part of all this. She was there to protect the collective, child. She ain't trying to get in the middle of no triangle or no mess. And like she said, it seemed like Taisha came to start shit and not just come to enjoy the party, because she spoke her first conversation. Well, to us, the first conversation piece was, you don't want to talk, you just want to go run, you just want to run out. Wait a minute. I thought, but she said she was here to enjoy the party. All I know is at least one person lying. That would be the name of this. I'm going to have to rename this, the title of this show. At least one person lying, okay? But yeah, Aikisha was there to protect the collective. And apparently, according to Taisha, and she's told a little tea, see, she wasn't there just for the party. Taisha said the timelines could have been straightened out if she would have stayed. Again, you're not there just for the party. Hello. She could have reached out to Tambra a long time ago if she felt the need to get a timeline straight. Hello. But at the end of that scene, Essie said, see how Marie ruined another event, inviting folks that shouldn't be invited. That's pretty much what Essie was saying. But at the same time, Letitia was like, I didn't know she was coming. Had I known, I could have, said something. But ain't that, it's really weird, first of all, for Taisha not to say she was invited somewhere where her so-called BFF was going. See, Taisha moving a little strange for me. I ain't saying she didn't have anything going on with Greedy, but the way she moving is real, woman scorn like. So again, at least one person lying out of that triangle, child. At least one person. That's all I'm saying. Next, we got Latrice. Child, she done left Cliff. After he told her in the previous episode, if you think you're going to give my baby up for adoption, I'm keeping my baby and I'm giving you up for adoption. I know that's right, Cliff. Stake your claim. You ain't giving my baby away. Heifer, are you crazy? And furthermore, don't he have to sign off too? It ain't like, y'all ain't married. But then again, who knows what's going on in the state of Mississippi and all the laws and carrying on. But Latrice, come on, girl. Adoption. Are you playing in my face? Latrice, are you playing in Cliff's face? Are both of y'all playing in my face? Because that don't even sound right. Giving his baby. Now, I can tell he would rather you go than the baby. So what you mean? You going to get a baby up for a dog? I heard somebody say, well, she ain't got to tell him, that she pregnant in the first place. Just, go to the baby chop shop. And I'm like, oh my God, what wife is doing this? Wives out there going to the children's chop shop behind their husband's back? Oh no. That's grounds for more than divorce. That's grounds for you better stay in hiding, heifer. Oh, I couldn't be a man and go through that knowing that I wanted the baby and you went ahead and did what? Oh child, Latrice. Mm-mm. But anyway, Latrice left Cliff for a week because of the baby's combo and his tone and pretty much, she was saying how Cliff thinks she was, acting out. And I'm thinking, why the hell she leave? But then she went into further detail. I think she went to her brother's house or something like that with his unibrow child. No shade. I like unibrows. I'm just talking. And it's like, what? She say she in her prime and she ain't trying to, do nothing else but, stack her coins and get her business afloat. And she's moving to a new location. She was asking So Gucci to help her look for a new space because she's expanding. And I think her popularity, in my opinion, I think it's more of her popularity is growing. So she needs to be in a safer environment, which is understandable. I mean, maybe she can have a store there, but have it a little less, like scale back to where, I don't know, I'm just thinking, but I think it's more so her popularity needs her to be in a safer environment than where she is now. The help was like, oh, good. We leaving, ain't gonna be no more gunshots. We ain't gotta drop to the floor. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's like that. I wouldn't be there in the first place. But then again, that's where she's from. So it's all to GOOD with her, which is why she's there, servicing the community as she, put it, which is perfectly fine. But then again, she needs to be in a safer environment, like she mentioned. It's kind of a catch-22 in a way when you're a business owner. You really want to please the community, but sometimes the community just ain't pleasing. So you got to, change it up a little bit. Good for her. But back to this, her leaving. So she left him for a week, went to her brother's place, her brother with the unibrow, her cousin, whoever he was. And she was just saying how controlling he is. And she don't want to, like I said, she in her prime and, she don't mind being away to have her own identity and Zaddy is controlling and but she wants to be with him and all that. Girl, I don't know. I mean, it's a big old property. It's a big old house. Why would you leave? I mean, I thought they had properties and whatnot. I don't know, child. Latrice, stay at home next time, please. Stay at home next time. Ooh, child. Who next? Aisha hosting the stakeholders luncheon. She mentioned, child. All the big names is there, like she said. She's looking cute, real, dressed down, not too flashy. Opposite of Letitia, honey. She came in there with her crushed velvet mini dress, trying to pull it down. No, girl, don't pull it down. Let it rise up and show them legs and show that big old booty and show all that plump jugs you got. Girl, show it. You gonna wear the dress? Don't pull it down. That's you, boo. That's you, boo. You look great. Yeah, Aisha hosting the stakeholders luncheon. Letitia feels Aisha is trying to upstage her, but I think there may be a little jealousy because Aisha got a lot further than what Letitia has already done. So maybe a little jealousy, a little envy there, but at least Letitia was invited because remember, Aisha told her husband she really wasn't, fucking with her like that because of the comments she made. And I wonder why we haven't seen any scenes with Aisha addressing that with her. I guess she's going to wait till the reunion or they just didn't show it because it makes no sense. It doesn't make sense that she didn't address it within the season right after. I would have imagined episode 8. Oh, did I say season 8? All right. That'd be wonderful. I just can't imagine, episode 8. Why didn't they, address it then? I'm like, that's interesting. What else happened at the stakeholders luncheon. Oh, the presentation was popping. Of course, she had everybody there who was business owners and stakeholders. And for those who are business owners, she plugged them into her presentation to, show them the tangible product, well, the tangible tangible product of how it could look. And that was a great idea. Of course, that's marketing and all that business strategy. I thought it was, a great pop-in presentation. Everybody was there. They addressed Tambra and her leaving, and that's when Marie pulled Tambra and Letitia together, and was, Marie was explaining to Tambra she didn't know what was going on between Taisha and Tambra. Otherwise, she would have said something, about Taisha coming and all that stuff. She pretty much would have addressed it with Tambra and Letitia too. She was like, I didn't know she was coming either. Again, Taisha, if it was just about you enjoying the day, why didn't you tell your BFF? I mean, you came to her office talking to her late at night. You couldn't call her on the phone. Girl, I'm invited to that stakeholders. I mean, to Marie's, party, and I guess I'll see. I mean, I thought girlfriends, got together and talked about the party they going to, especially if if it's gonna be on camera. I don't know. Taisha moving a little funny with me. I don't think she lying about greedy. I just think she moving a little funny to make her not be as credible as she should be. But then again, I don't know. I could be totally wrong about everything I'm saying. I don't think I am, but I could be. I mean, again, I wasn't there. I wasn't on set. I'm not a part of production. I don't know these beautiful ladies. But then again, I'm getting to know them through this World Wide Web television. And Taisha moving a little shady to me. I'm just saying. What else happened? What child, I got my notes. I got my notes. What did my notes say? Oh yeah. Back to Tambra. So they were just, expressing how, they were, they wish she would have stayed. Oh, Letitia brought this up. I wish she would have stayed and had a woman conversation. Okay, that's the same thing as saying, talk to her like a woman, like trying to diminish her womanhood and who she is as a woman because she ran out. Okay. Letitia still may be a little, peeved at the previous episode when they were all going back and forth about the ugly comment and whatnot, not what, and how Tambra told Letitia to watch out and stay away or don't get in good with Aikisha. So I can kind of tell, Letitia's a little, feisty with Tambra. At the same time, don't attack my womanhood because you think a certain way. Because, I mean, maybe we all kind of thought that about Tambra. Not attacking her womanhood, but wishing she would have stayed. I think she should have stayed because ain't no bitch gonna run me out of a taping. Ain't no bitch gonna run me out of anywhere. And frankly, if you try and talk to me and I don't want to talk to you, just say, I'm really not in the mood to discuss that with you. Now, that would have been a great scene. That's when you exert your womanhood more so than anything else instead of leaving. There I am attacking a womanhood. I didn't mean it like that. I'm just saying that's when you show that you're not bothered. But apparently, Tambra is really bothered that she had to leave. I guess. What else happened? Was that it? Yeah, that was it, child. That was it, child. Next, we have Marie, Letitia, and Essie. Marie's ace. Boom. Soulmate. going to look for Lulu, Marie's mom. She's, addicted to drugs. And Marie is sickly and she's doing too much. She has a lot on her plate. And I hope that was the last time she goes to look for her mama. For real. Because she said that it may be the last time she does it. You know how we are with our loved ones that we would almost die for. We just can't give up. I get it. That's her mama. Marie is perplexed, I mean, but she found her at the trap house, child, 3, 4, 5, 6 different places. And that rundown spot, child, the crack. I couldn't go to a crack house at all. Not with all of what Marie has built. It's too dangerous. I think at the end of that scene, there was a caption from the show explaining it was too dangerous to wait because she caught up with her mom. Her mom, give me $30. Give me no damn money, girl. Bye. She just want to go talk to her and see if she can talk some sense into her. And I think that's what Lulu knew. Of course, whenever textbook, when you go trying to find somebody at the crack house, you're trying to get them out of there. So that's obvious to her mama Lulu. It's just so sad. Let's just hope Lulu gets off that stuff. Child. Moving on. Moving on, child. Moving on. Next, we got Latrice. Rushes to Cliff's side. Girl, he almost became limbless. Cutting trees, and he got this deep to the bone cut from the tree cutting saw, whatever saw they use to cut trees. And she left where she was and she went to go see about her man. And got him from the hospital and he all bandaged. I mean, it ain't bad. It ain't, of course, anything that deep cut is going to have to be looked at extensively because, anything could happen, infection and all sorts, no telling what possible chronic conditions he may have that could cause a complication. When you get older in the tooth, you may want to, stay away from certain situations. But I'm glad he's okay. For real. Yeah, so they talking and she's telling him how she feels, and she left because she really doesn't like how his voice elevates and his authoritativeness that makes her feel like a kid. Well, I can see why she feels that way, and he's probably looking at her in that way because of her behavior. You know how sometimes the behavior is not becoming, it could be a little immature to some people. And if some people are older, they'll take that authoritative stance, even no matter what or who they are to that person. So I get it. I've never been in that situation, but I get it. But I'm glad that she didn't just ignore the call. Now that would have been messed up. But yeah, she loved her man, her zaddy, and she just wants him to be less authoritative in his, temperament when he's communicating and arguing with her. And she tells him that, she's stressed and she haven't had a cycle in a few months. I'm like, a few months? Girl, see, even as a young girl, we always knew if we was fucking. You miss 1 month. Wait a minute. We know what we doing when we miss a month. We know what we know what we was doing a month ago, or within that month, or over a month ago. We know. So it don't take 3, 4, 5 months to take a test unless you got some specific issues that you need to wait that long. Latrice, girl. Now, is this for TV? But she said she had a pregnancy test in the drawer. She was going to take it. And she took it. By the time she came back, it was negative. And he was like, listen, next year we're going to get pregnant. She looked at him like, oh. She didn't say nothing. She just looked. I'm glad, the scene wasn't too, meaty or authoritative, as she mentioned, because he was real happy to send her away if she wants to, leave and blow off some steam, send her to, Aruba or whatever the case may be. I know she ain't going to Africa. Huntsville. I wish the hell I would. My husband go to. Anyway, it's a whole different show, child. A whole different show. What was I saying? Oh yeah. So Cliff don't even mind, her, sending her somewhere, but I think he does mind her just leaving him at the house because she mad for a week. I mean, I don't know. That don't sound like. It's obvious it's not something I would do. However, whatever works for them, works for them. But I don't think that's going to work for them because you can't just get up and leave like that. That long? She said she was ticked off and she needed to get away. Oh, child, I guess. I mean, like I said, that big old house, you can't just go to another room. I'm just saying. But I guess she just wanted to get out. She don't want to smell him, see him, possibly look at his crack of his ass or nothing. I get it. But the HCG is negative. Negative, child. Negative. So here we go. The end of the episode, child. Counseling session. Look like possibly a Christian man is counseling Letitia and Glendale, the cheating one. So wait to the end of my review, y'all. Just wait to what I'm about to tell you at the end. But this is the end of the episode. And the counseling session with Letitia and Glenn, it's a doozy. And I hope I explained this right. So he said he butthurt more than her over all of what they're going through at the moment. I don't think so, Glendale. I just think you just unsure and I don't think it's more so hurt. I think it's more or less you scared because you don't know what's gonna happen because I just think he's scared more so than hurt, right? Because if he's the one fucking up, he cannot be the one more hurt than who's hurt in the situation. All he sees it how he sees it, right? Then he says he took her growth as neglect as the reason for him to be cheating. He sees she's glowing up and growing. Ain't that a clue for you to support her even more, to see that she's taking the reins of her life a little more differently to advance? Because when she advances, he advances too. Like he said, she bringing in more paper, woo, office space and all, and looking great. He all horny and shit for her and everything, and she ain't giving him none. And well, that's just being horny. And we all know how he can satisfy his horniness. So that's out the water. We talking about the important stuff, right? Her feelings of being treated that way. I mean, don't nobody want to be disrespected by their spouse, not the boyfriend, not the boo, not the bae, not the bae, not my thing over there. not the fiance, but the spouse of damn near 20 years. But see, it's what she been putting up all this time. As long as she keep putting up with it, he gonna keep doing it. That's why you gotta nip stuff in the bud. I tell folks, stop letting shit go on and on and on to the break of dawn. Nip that shit in the bud, because you gonna be butthurt, embarrassed, feeling like you ain't nothing, self-esteem low, depressed. And speaking of depressed, he said he was depressed, so he thinks she ignored it, even though he didn't tell her how he was feeling. He's expecting her to pick up on it. I don't know about this dude. Is he pulling shit out of his ass? That don't even sound right. Is she supposed to have ESPN? I mean ESP. I call it ESPN, y'all. You know, as a joke. But is she supposed to be a mind reader? See, that sound like gas. That just sound like too much gas to me. And she kind of recognized it. Like, how the hell is she supposed to know if he ain't communicating with her? He can communicate with them heifers, but he can't tell her. See, I don't know. Like she said, is he just saying this shit to get me back in the bed so he can continue to do what he do? Yes. Yes. Latisha want to be sure he's not using her as a scapegoat. Yes, he is. And she says she's willing. She's there for counseling. She said she wasn't driving nowhere. Y'all got to come to my office because I'm busy. I'm booked and busy, child. I'm booked. So either come here or go over there and do what you. My thing is, he need to go to counseling. If he's the one breaking up the family, causing the family to be in disarray, then his ass need to go and get his shit together and get his mind together and get his depression together and get his scapegoat ass together. Because, y'all ready for this? She wants to take baby steps. She thinks it's gonna work this time. It ain't. Well, that's just me. It don't seem like it is. In that session, she was crying. He was just, looking at her. First he was looking at her like, girl, I know you, girl, I know you, yeah, whatever, girl. Then, towards the end of the episode, he was looking a lot more. He was being, comforting to her. And, child, that was the end of the episode. Child. But wait a minute. You know how the end of the episode, because the finale, this was the finale. So, on the finale, they let you know what's going on with the person. They give a little, a little montage of them. And child, Letitia says she's walking in her purpose. Then they say, but Glenn is messaging other women again. All this going on. He said in the counseling session, he is ready for commitment. He is ready to leave all the other stuff alone. Well, why the hell messaging other women again, child? Then we go to Latrice. Like I said before, she's moving her business from the gauntlet to a better, a less crime-ridden area. Hey, it is what it is. But that's good for her. No babies yet, but, they happy to be moving. Then we got Tambra. Child, are you ready for this? Are you ready for this? Are you ready for what Tambra said? Tambra said she is moving in with Greedy to put rumors to rest. Girl. Either somebody lying or she got to be the biggest fool on this show. Didn't she say, now this is my opinion, don't take it, well, you might have to take it personal because I'm talking about folks. If you're watching Tambra, girl, what? Didn't you say in the previous episode, didn't you laugh at his face when he presented moving in because you're expecting a ring? See, first, okay, let's start at the beginning, Tambra. Let's start at the beginning. First, you said no baby before marriage. Now y'all trying to have a baby. Then you saying, at least I need to get a ring. I need to get a ring. He ain't got no ring yet. And you bringing him to the house to meet, say hi again to the family, introducing him to everybody as your man, going to fertility clinics, fucking like rabbits. You still ain't got no ring. Then you laugh at the man at lunch when he presents moving in versus proposing. You are, and in between time, you keep hinting to him about the proposal. Even her mama and her daddy is like, yeah, we love her and we want to see her happy, and whatever makes her happy makes us happy. See, that's code for marry my daughter and stop dragging her through the mud. Child, I wonder if he promised the same thing to Taisha. I'm just wondering. But she believes a ring is on the way. Mm-hmm. Next, we have Aikisha and her husband. She's breaking ground, opening on Ferris Street. I think her and her husband opening that bar she talked about. But nevertheless, she's breaking ground on Ferris Street, and it's all good. Good for her. So Gucci. Yeah, we didn't hear much from her this season. We just heard a little tidbit, not even with conversations, and it was just very minimal. I hope she come back next season. You got to get in there, Gucci. Sophia Otis Williams. You got to get in there and just, insert yourself and don't just not talk. Talk. Get in there, girl. Get in there. Yeah. Get in there. Yeah. Get in there, girl. Get in there. This last episode, we barely saw you, let alone heard from you, until we saw that last part about your billboard grand opening. Y'all looking dressed to the nine, looking good. Don't get me wrong, but yeah. Just a quick note. I would love for Latrice to style your wigs because there's been some slip ups, girl. Slip ups, and we need for you to be looking. Just fix that. Just fix that because it's real obvious. This last few episodes was real obvious. Now we know everybody wear wigs and all that. It ain't like people trying to hide it, but you made it obvious. So we gonna need Latrice, if you watching, Latrice, just perfect her wigs and everything so it don't look like again, it ain't horrible, but at the same time. Gucci, we gonna need, just fix it. Lastly, Marie, she meets with her brother Tang, and they talking about their mama Lulu and everything, and they just gonna hope for the best, child. Hope for the best. Yeah, we all gonna hope for the best for Lulu. Come on, Lulu, get it together, girl. Get it together. You got family that loves you. You got a lot. You got a lot of life to live. Most of your life you've already lived. That's obvious because your age. However, you got a lot more living to do. And we don't want to go over there and see you hurting and or, something happened to you. So come on, Lulu. Come on. But yeah, girl, that was the episode, the finale, the 2-part reunion airs next. The first one, part 1, airs next week. And then the following week after that, child, this was good. But yeah, thanks again for tuning in, y'all. I appreciate it so much. And again, lastly, they you know what they say. Please like, comment, subscribe, and share. And when you subscribe, make sure that bell is black, like all these ladies here. All right, then. You know what? Can you listen to my outro real quick? Thanks.